Hello friends, thank you for joining me for another project pan update. As we're approaching to the end of 2024, I think this will be my last update for this year. My next update will fall onto the new year of 2025. I have 10 products in this rolling project pan, and I'm gonna start showing you the progress I've made with the products. First is this Makeup Forever Redness Correcting Primer. Let me tell you something. I wrote this product in July 2023, and I remember I was aiming to finish this product by the end of 2023, which I didn't. And during my last update, I was predicting there was less than 5 uses of product left. I was wrong again. There was definitely more than 5 uses of product left. I have reached for this product a total of 23 times since my last update, and yet I still haven't been able to finish it. Well, it definitely started giving me a lot more escaping, but it's still going pretty strong with never-ending products where I still don't feel comfortable to cut the tube yet, which is something that I'm planning to do. But you know what? With the holiday rushing upon us, where I feel like everything is happening very fast, I feel oddly grateful about the slow process of project panning. You know, this is a rolling project pan, meaning it doesn't have a deadline. So the highlight should really be about the accumulated progress, not about the speed. And I don't think I'm saying this as a defense mechanism. Given the time I've been doing this project, I think I'm finally getting it and finding it easier to stay grounded. I'm gonna move on to the Bite lipstick. I use this lipstick as blush, and this has to be my favorite discovery because of this project. I'm positive I haven't tried any liquid or cream blush, but I don't imagine it would get better than this. This is already perfection to me. I have been reaching for this constantly, every time with joy. Even on the days where I'm not wearing any makeup, I would reach for this to add some color for my cheeks. Which leads me to think how my preference towards blush has changed in the past couple years. Like, no kidding, I think before the pandemic, I sort of always hated blush. I don't enjoy wearing it, and it never really looked flattering on me. But nowadays, I love me a blush. It became a step that I look forward for. I have reached for this lipstick a total of 18 times since my last update. And this is how much lipstick I'm left with. I feel like this is the most progress I've made with this lipstick. And at this speed, I should be able to finish whatever the product that is left above the line by or before end of the year, hopefully. Let's just carry on with another lip product. The Chanel lip gloss I wrote in the last update. My goal is to use it up. This is a product I cannot start panning in the beginning of the year, but I just wrote this product in this panning project in the last update. According to my record, I have reached for this product a total of 30 times since my last update, but I think there might be few times that I used this, but I did not make a track of it. This is how the product looks like now. By the way, this lip gloss does not really settle. It's a very sticky formula. It kind of feels a little bit like Vaseline. So with the picture you're seeing here is after I put this in the warm water for a bit for it to settle down. So far I kind of used half of the tube. The BOBBI BROWN Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Same story with the lip gloss. Been working on this since the beginning of the year and wrote into this project recently. The product looks different because it's a little bit dried up. This is how the primer looked like when I wrote it in from the previous update. I have reached for this 3 times since my last update. I don't really know exactly why I'm having trouble to reach for this. Especially for now, it's a drier season, so in my head, I should be reaching for this a lot more often than 3 times. Let me show you how the primer looks like now. I kind of scoop the primer on one side because of the product is quite broken apart. Like every time when I go in to grab the product with my finger, the product would get moved around. So that's going to make it a little bit hard for us to track the progress with the video footage. So I went ahead to weigh the product without the lid because this is a very heavy bottle. Right now the product is weighing at 73 grams. I have no idea out of that 73 how much is the product and how much is the bottle, but this should be an easier way to track the progress. I will still give you the visual update, but I think it's helpful to add the weight as a bonus. Let's carry on with another product I wrote in recently. This is Everyday Minerals Mineral Concealer. This one has a roller applicator, which I find it to be quite annoying. What I usually do is I tap the product out onto a container, and then I grab the product with a brush and apply it that way. But recently, I tried to use this directly from the roller straight to my face. I think I was in a hurry. It worked surprisingly well. I think because I was in a hurry, right? I haven't allowed much time for my base to set. So that extra hydration kind of helped the product to melt into your skin as how a cream concealer would work. I don't know if I'll go on using it that way, but I thought I would mention it was not as bad as I thought with the roller applicator. Okay, I'm gonna quickly show you the Nars blush. I think I also wrote in from the previous update. My goal is to use it 200 times. This is how this blush looked like when I wrote it in. I have reached for this blush a total of 18 times since I wrote it in. And this is how this blush looks like now. I think I've made pretty good progress with this blush. The pan size has expanded a bit, and from where I can tell, the curve of the dent is also getting flatter, meaning that I have worn out quite a bit of the blush around the area of the pan. And I'm quite excited to see how much more progress I would be able to make with this blush at the time when I reach the 200 usage goal. The MAC bronzer and highlighter duo that has really been beaten up. I forgot to mention, I don't think I'm rolling anything out in today's video, but I am going to, or kind of already did, rolling the MAC highlighter out of this project because I didn't grab the highlighter at all since the last update, and I kind of want to give it a break. On the other hand, the bronzer, I would like to finish it as much as I can. Anyways, this is how the bronzer progressed throughout the project. Up to my last update, I have reached for this bronzer a total of 73 times. And since my last update, I have reached for this another 12 times. As you can tell, the bronzer is pretty shattered. I have been leaving the broken pieces alone. I'm mainly focusing on my usage on the last bit of the product that is still attached to the pan. I'm starting to get quite a bit of hard pan, and I have been removing it. My go-to method is using a tape. Just tape it on and take it off. I like that method the most, because a tape doesn't take anything that is not hard pan away. It only takes the product that is already hard panned away. Like, it's very satisfying. I'm getting a lot of mixed feelings with this bronzer. Sometimes I'll feel like, oh, I'm really done with it. And then there's other times I'm like, oh yeah, I'm still enjoying you. I'm still gonna go with you. We already came this far, why not? So I'm just gonna go with that and see how far I can actually go with this bronzer. It did come a long way. The Maybeline Gel Shadow. This is a very, very old product. It is very old and is really, really dried up. I think I can even say it's almost completely dried up, but it does not affect how the shadow works. I say it's almost dried up because when I grab the product with my finger, I can feel the, not sandy, I can feel the texture on my finger. And when I put it on my eye, it's almost as if I'm rubbing some powder, like dried up powder on my eye. Unlike the Maybelline Color Tattoo, right? When that one dries up, it's pretty much unusable. But not this one. It's just pretty amazing to me. Like, this is such a good formula. I kind of wish all cream or gel shadows would be like this. Then that means even when they dry up, we can still use them instead of throwing them away. You know, because I know some of the cream shadow formulas have such a short shelf life. Anyways, this is how this shadow progressed throughout being in this project. I have had this shadow in this project, I think a little bit over a year now, and I have reached for this shadow a total of 6 times. So I'm really happy to share with you. Since my last update, I have reached for this shadow 5 times. I finally went over with that 1 or 2 time usage with the shadow. And this is how this shadow looks like now. With 5 uses, the progress is quite visible. I cannot stop raving about this. It's such a good shadow. The BOBBI Brown cream shadow. I'm also really happy with the progress I made with this one. I guess not really the progress, but the effort I put into using it. I think I wrote this shadow in last year, somewhere in September. I don't know. So it has been a year since this product has been in this project. My original goal was to use it 20 times. After I used it 4 times during the first update and seeing the progress, I figured I might as well use it up, and that's where we're at with this cream shadow. However, after the first round, I struggled to reach for this for the longest time. So far, I have reached for this shadow a total of 8 times. And since my last update, where I kind of told myself I have to make more effort with it, I have reached for this shadow 3 times. Nothing fancy. I use this as the low-key one done shadow look. I would apply this quite heavily close to my lash line and then blend and fade it out to have that smoky effect. Yeah, it was fun. The Sonia Kashuk brown eyeshadow. I almost attempted to roll this one out. Frankly, I still don't know what I'm gonna do. I wrote this shadow in at the end of last year, and this is how the shadow progress throughout this project. I use this shadow on my brows as a brow powder. That's why I was able to make so much progress with it. I have reached for this shadow a total of 105 times up until my last update. And since then, I have used this another 24 times. Makes it a total of 129 times, well, almost 130 times. I would say I have achieved about maybe above 80% of what I wanted to achieve with this shadow. And I really have been debating back and forth whether or not I should be rolling this shadow out now or later. Because, you know, I have a lot of other brown shadows in my collection. It's like, okay, why am I? But as equally, on the other hand, I already went this far with this shadow. Might as well follow through with it. I have been debating and I'm still debating. I couldn't make up my mind. So we're gonna leave it, okay? Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it. So that is today's update. I don't have any empty nor anything I'm rolling out. But since this Makeup Forever Green Corrector, yes, since it's almost done. I don't know how far I am, but theoretically speaking, it is really almost done. And I like to roll another product in as a backup in case if this runs out shortly after this update. I don't know how short, but you know, you get what I mean. And the product I'm going to be rolling in is this body butter from Soap & Glory. For this product, I don't have a specific goal. Anyways, this is how this product looks like now. I have only been dipping on this side. Yeah, I'm that type of girl. My wish is to have this product in this project for 3 rounds. You know, taking advantage of this project, holding me accountable to use as much as I can with this body butter for 3 rounds because that's kind of like the drier month. After that, I will roll it out because I don't think I'll get much close to finishing the product. If I do, then we'll see. This has a very strong, like a citrusy scent. If you love it, you love it. But it's too strong for me. On a day-to-day basis, I use this one as a hand lotion. I have dry skin and my hands gets really dry. Here's how it goes. If a lotion is very nurturing, especially if it is more oil-based, it can be hard for a dry hand to absorb all that oil in without the water to help the oil to penetrate your skin. And if a lotion has more water, it will certainly be easier for your hand to absorb it, but it doesn't give the needed hydration afterwards. So this one gives the best of both worlds. It's easy for the dry hand to absorb without me washing my hand, you know, when it's dry. It also leaves my hand feeling moisturized after. And as a bonus, it doesn't leave my hand feeling greasy afterwards. So I do really enjoy it as a hand lotion. And because of that, even though I don't like the scent, I find myself reaching for it the more I use it. That is a wrap for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.